Good evening. The time is now 7 p.m. We'll call this Board of Selectmen meeting to order for March 28th, 7 p.m. If you wouldn't mind please rising for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. And we'll go through roll call.
Art Gaggy.
Scott Gardner.
Kevin Cunningham. And item C, to approve the meeting minutes of the Board of Selectmen meeting for 3/14/22. You notice I also put in there amended minutes from the previous meeting, so they are amended. You can see that as well. We don't need to approve those, but I just wanted to show you this. What's going on.
The only thing I had on this was the, under new business, item 2. And B, well, B's okay. C and D should have been to be excluded out of the plan also. Also in the motion, they should be removed. And then under number 3, 2, 3, third line down, it says post office. Should that be police station? That the advisory building committee?
Correct.
That's it. Now make a motion to accept the meeting minutes for 3/14/2022 with the corrections.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Item D, public comment. Anybody here from the public wish to speak?
Matt Rayman, Musa, was hoping to hear an update on the cyber attack on our Town Hall Police Department.
I can give you some generic information. I can't go into detail about it. I know that we're still working on the upgrades as we speak, and it might be a week or two before we get back to getting back to backups and bringing things back up.
As a follow-up question, are we rebuilding our IT infrastructure?
I'd rather not discuss that at this time, if you don't mind.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? You have to speak up because I can't quite hear you.
Naomi Smith, Plainfield. I'm wondering, are the Board of Selectmen considering enacting a blight ordinance committee to review some of the properties and the stuff that's going on in the town? We like the safety of buildings, structural stuff, infestations, things of that nature.
Yes. It is something that we do have, well, I have on my agenda. I've already asked Connecticut Conference municipalities to give us other towns and what they have for a blight ordinance and try to compare what we might want to consider. I think that this time when we go around and do the discussion on the blight ordinance, we explain to people what it is and what it isn't.
Right.
We don't want to have it so that what happened last time was people were complaining, saying, you can't tell me what to do on my property. We weren't trying to do that. We were trying to suggest. They were making comments such as, you can't tell me how high my grass should be. You can't tell me what color my house should be. So those are some of the things, or to some extent even, I'm working on X amount of vehicles at one time. Some of that could be discussed, and I think that it should be. So yes, I have been looking at that from CCM's viewpoint as to how other towns do it.
Do you have any idea of timeline?
With everything else we've been pushing forward, no, I do not. As a matter of fact, towards the end of this meeting, I'll bring up a couple other items that it's very difficult to do when you don't have access to computers and or how to pay things right now. Right now, we're out of the water with paying anything. So, but we will get to those. It's on a list of different things to do, so it will be discussed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Hearing none, we go into new business. Before we jump right into new business, I would ask that you would please consider Entertaining a motion to add 2 items onto the agenda. One is to motion item number 5, which is discuss and approve a resolution authorizing the expense of funds provided by the Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Fund established under the America Rescue Plan. We can discuss it when we get there. But
I'll make a motion to add item 5.
thank you.
I'll second that motion.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and we will add item 5. One more to be added, that is motion to add item 6 to the agenda to approve adding members to the Open Space Advisory Committee.
I'll make a motion to add that agenda item to approve open space committee members.
Okay,
A second.
thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, so we'll have a few more items to discuss. First item on the new business, consider and act on tax refunds as requested the tax collector totaling $15.81.
Make a motion to accept the tax refund for $15.81.
For Katie Riley, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Item 2. Now, item 2 and item 3 are intertwined, they go together, but I will ask one thing. Item 2 and item 3 is something that by charter, it states that we have to give a notice of intent to those people we'll be taking off of that committee. I did reach out to both of them today. I called them on the phone, and they have both understood. Their attendance, one of them has not been to a meeting, period. The other one has only been to 3 meetings. So I did do that. I also sent a letter to their homes hand delivered. So it's my question and concern would be making sure that we give the 5-day notice as it states in the charter, whether we want to have a special meeting on Monday or just wait until the next meeting, because it gives us plenty of time still before Inland Wetlands meets, so that the new people who are coming on can be sworn in and still make it to the Inland Wetlands. And we have one of them here tonight. So if you want to do that, wait till the next meeting, or whatever your motion might be. Either a special meeting on Monday or our regular meeting, which is the 11th.
I'd rather go to the next regular meeting.
Okay. So just a motion to table items 2 and 3 to the next regular meeting, April 11th.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
And just for the clarity for the residents who are here that were wanting to be on the board, we do appreciate very much that you want to be there and serve. I got your letter, and we'll talk about that at the next meeting. Motion's been made in a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we'll take care of item 2 and 3. On item 4, there's a little packet that goes together, and it was noted that the Title VI coordinator for the town is usually appointed the fair housing officer. That goes through all of that process, and there is actually a resolution in there for that to occur. Currently, Jordan Lumpkins is our Title VI. He has graciously said he would like to continue on and be the fair housing officer, so we would have to make that motion to appoint Jordan Lumpkins as fair housing officer for the town of Plainfield via this resolution, which is rather lengthy. Just want to know what your pleasure was. Have you had a chance to read through? In what?
On these two, on the municipal grievance procedure. This would save me from coming to the board.
Well, if you...
There's only a couple corrections.
Okay, go ahead.
Municipal grievance procedure.
All right, procedure. Yep.
Under his name, the second paragraph down under...
In response?
Yep. The first line at the end, complaint, should be complainant, at the end of that first line. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
First, yeah. And then the last line should be selectmen, not mayor, probably.
Yeah, this is a copy from some other town, so...
And then on the next next one, next page. Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Got it. Mhm.
The ADA notice. Under his title, grant should go with writer, that's all.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to appoint Jordan Lumpkins as fair housing officer. I'll second that motion.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
For our paperwork, we did add in 2 items. So the first one is it is on item 5 in your book. And we've been searching around from other towns to verify that this is absolutely something we need to do. It is a resolution to authorize the spending of those funds. You'll note that on page 2 has a list of all of the items that we've approved so far and what's the offset revenue currently. So the town of Plainfield was awarded $4,476,252, and from previous meetings we have approved the spending, but we need to do it by resolution. So that's pretty much what it is.
I have just one correction on there.
Which is?
Right at the top, a resolution authorizing is spelled wrong.
Got it.
It's an H.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution, the ARPA money. I will second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
You do note the amount of money that's left in there. We can discuss that when it comes up for budget season to go over what we could be spending on that area. In your packets you have, and I included one more quick notification. The motion to approve the full list of names to be added to the Open Space Advisory Committee. There are a lot. I go through them very quickly just by name. You have, the last one that you were given was Mark Simmons. You also have Larry Brisson, Vern Gray, Jenny Kasepakevich, always mess that up, Sue Hall, Rick Martell, Sylvia Oak, John Meyer, Luann Cunningham, Sherry Harmon. So obviously I'm going to recuse myself on one of them, but just wanted to know what your pleasure was on the rest.
I'll make a motion to add all the names onto the Open Space Committee. I'll second the motion.
And other than that one person, which is a relative, I'll approve, but I'll recuse myself on her. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. There are a few other things. There is a couple of letters that were sent to me. I'll share that with you now. And the same person. That one. So they were both by Trav Harmon, and he came to the office last week and gave me both of these. One is his concern over Atlantic Broadband, wanting to have the town reach out to address the concerns of the price increase. I don't think this is something that that the selectmen should be doing, but I want to know what your thoughts are on this. Otherwise, I'll be doing that to every single company that's in town or around us. I guess I won't even address that. Because the second one,
I don't think so.
yeah. The second one is really is in relationship to our cyber security and the attack. Setting up a committee made up of residents to explain to us how we need to do our networking and cybersecurity is, in my opinion, is not necessary, only because we have been working on that through this last week. We have a plan in place right now, which we're hoping to review with both our attorney and also our insurance company to make sure that we are in line with what other towns and municipalities do. And so we have a lot of work to do. That's a very simple idea. We have a lot of work between setting up security on our network, setting up security on our individual workspaces, doing training for all of our employees, what they could open, what they shouldn't be opening for files, and then testing them afterwards to make sure that they understood what the training was. And the eventual goal is to hire someone full-time for IT to be able to help and monitor what's been going on. So I think that what we've been given for information so far is very helpful, but I do appreciate the fact that we have residents who are reaching out wanting to help. But in this case, I also wouldn't want residents just working side by side in our IT area. I think some things have confidentiality to them, and that's my concern. For the rest of the other section, I have some more things for you. If you take a look at the town charter, it says that the Board of Selectmen is required to take a look at the ordinances and do a review of ordinance, annual. So I did do a quick review, and there's some of the things I found, and printed off each one of them so you can kind of compare what's going on. I would ask that you would do the same thing, and maybe at a future meeting we can talk about other things that we could, whether it be typo or pointing to the right ordinance correctly. That's all. It's just nothing major. I am working on one more ordinance. I'm working on ordinance number 136. We have some issues and concerns with a company or individuals who would be building tiny homes. And so far they've failed to come forth and have them inspected. If you have someone doing wiring on a tiny home, whether it be wiring, plumbing, what's in the interior of the walls, you have some concerns because you want to make sure that where it goes to is safe. So as of right now, we don't have anything that protects us, protects the residents or people who buy them, whether they're using them for lease or purchase or as donation. It doesn't matter. It matters. We want to make sure it's safe. So I'm working on that right now. I'll be working with our attorney on that just to make sure we're all set. That's one. And I've got one more for you. Again, these are things that we'll be talking about in the future. There's so much on the plate so far that we're kind of getting stretched thin a little bit. There's another one where the state of Connecticut has obviously made some changes with cannabis regulations. You'll see here is a list of, I counted, I think, 97 cities, towns, municipalities total. And then they give the action item that they've done, what the status is, and any of the outstanding notes. It's something I'll be looking at over the next couple of weeks, maybe adding it to our agenda for discussion. But I think there's something that we need to also discuss with our planning and zoning, because there's a tie-in as to what establishments can offer and can't offer. And I'd like to get more input from that from these other towns, so I'll be talking to them as well. You'll notice most of them have deferred with a 12-month moratorium, and they're waiting for, like as an example, page 2 at the bottom, Hamden. They have a moratorium, and they have planning and zoning drafting the regulations for them. So there is some tie-in there. There are some zoning regs for a lot of them. Even Meriden has caps on how many total establishments there would be. So that's also something we have to consider in the future. Just so we have something for more reading, right? Right. So I would ask at this time, is there anything else for the other, for discussion? Okay. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. This time is 7:19. Thank you very much.